What? What do you want? Welcome back. Round 3, Competitive Modern League, Jeskai Delver. If you want to know the details about why I'm playing Jeskai Delver instead of Jeskai Geist, check the league playlist link in the short description of this video. Watch round 1, and in the beginning I have a whole discussion about the deck and tell you why I'm playing it and why the cards and all of that stuff. Okay, before I get underway here, I just want to take a moment to plug 2 of my other efforts. The first one is my latest vlog. I'm trying to do one weekly or at least bi-weekly, but I'm doing like a high production value video. Again, trying to do it once a week. But the latest one is about the best Magic the Gathering tournament bag, at least in my opinion. And I have a very funny skit at the beginning I think you'll enjoy, followed by an actual detailed real review of the product. And I don't plan to do a lot of gear reviews. I just really think this bag's awesome, and I think other people could benefit from it. I've used it for about a year. I think it's great. Okay, second thing is my other YouTube channel. It's for photography, specifically landscape photography, but I think it's going to also include some other just silly stuff. But another card up here in the upper right-hand corner of the screen. I would really appreciate it if you would check that out. I know you might not be into photography, but I would imagine you like seeing beautiful places. And that's kind of what that channel's about. It's me traveling around Switzerland to try and capture as best as I can stunning images and continue to learn photography. Those are my 2 big passions right now, Magic and photography. Also, it might not look like it, but I really do put a lot of time and effort into my YouTube channel, and I really am passionate about just Jeskai and Modern, and I want this channel to be a resource of entertainment and knowledge and just, you know, all that kind of stuff for people who like Jeskai. And you can help me know that you like this content and that I'm doing a good job and that I should continue to do it by subscribing to my channel. That's probably the biggest indicator, but then also liking the video. So I'd really appreciate it if you like what I do, if you could help me out by doing those 2 things. Okay, that's enough chit-chat. Let's play Magic. And just like that, I learned that there must be downtime today because I can't actually play the league. I'm going to have to stop recording this and do this later. How annoying. I was like all ready to jam on some Magic. Now what am I going to do? I didn't have a plan B. I didn't have alternate. Play Magic, make some videos, go do other stuff. I don't want to do other stuff. I wanted to play Magic now. Darn. I'm not sure why the leagues are paused. They're not actually. There is no downtime, so I'm not sure what that's all about. I just feel like playing Magic. I was like in that state of mind. So I'm gonna. This is not the league. You're gonna get like a doubleheader today, and this is not the deck that I'm playing in the league. I wanted to try a few things. I like the idea of having lots of interaction in the 1 mana spot, and the reason is I like the ability to, you know, Delver on turn 1. And then on the next turn, potentially play another threat and hold up a piece of interaction like Spell Snare, Snag, Pierce. You know, just have another 1 mana thing to do. There's also a few things I want to try out. I'm really curious about Stormchaser Mage, and I'm really curious about Grim Lavamancer. The reasons are, the one downside I feel like Swiftspear has is that it can get blocked. And I haven't done a strong meta assessment from the standpoint of, okay, like how many big creature decks are there? But I know there's Eldrazi Tron. I know there's Death Shadow. I know there's things for Swiftspear to run into. So I almost wonder, like, what if you could trim like 2 Swiftspears, so you have like 2 Grim Lavamancers and 2 Swiftspears. The reason is Grim is kind of slow, but at the same time he sort of flies in that he burns their face. What's interesting about Grim Lavamancer too is while he's a threat, he can also help the deck if it has to go into some controlling situations regarding creature decks. He can combine with burn spells to kill bigger creatures. So he's kind of interesting from that standpoint. The other thing I'm curious about is Young Pyromancer, and I'm also curious about Stormchaser Mage. Stormchaser Mage for the obvious reason that it flies, and Young Pyromancer in that it flies by going wide. You know, I want to be able to push damage through, so I really like flyers. I like Stormchaser Mage a little bit less, because of its cost. But I'm kind of almost thinking like maybe we should really be maximizing our 1-drop threats. And if we're going an aggro control route, we also have ways to protect something like a Grim Lavamancer. I wanted to up our number of interactive 1-mana spells, so we have 2 Spell Pierce now, we have 2 Spell Snare now. I don't know if these are good or, I'm sure a lot of people have tried this, but this is kind of something I want to try. I feel like in an 18-land deck, I want more things to do at 1. I want my curve to be low. We still have 3 Snapcaster Mages, and I wonder if that is incorrect. The only reason I can think of to not have 4 is that we're like a 2-mana deck, and we're not always going to, maybe sometimes we'll have to operate for a while on 2 lands. So Snapcaster Mage to flash something back isn't always going to be a possibility. I cut a Geist and I cut a Spell Queller. I don't like Spell Queller in this deck, at least not right now. I can kind of see the value of having a 1-of. It just doesn't feel like a Spell Queller deck to me. Like, I don't want to sit on Spell Queller, and I kind of also don't want to put a spell, like, I don't want to sit on Spell Queller hoping to do something, and if I put it in play at the end of their turn, it's like, well, if that's all I was going to do and they weren't going to do anything, maybe I could have just played a Geist of St. Traps or done something more powerful than Spell Queller. It's not that Spell Queller isn't powerful, it's just, by the time we're getting to turn 3 and 4, we should be applying a lot of pressure to our opponent. I think I would want no less than 2 Geists in this deck, maybe 3. I thought about cutting the Bedlam Reveler. I've had some awkward times where I couldn't cast Bedlam Reveler, but then I thought, you know what, if we're putting more 1-mana spells on our deck, then we're a little bit more likely to be able to cast this, and I do like the potential of it. Now, as far as cantrips, it's kind of interesting because with prowess creatures, I like Opt a lot because it gives you a chance to draw into another instant if you're trying to maximize damage. It's a little bit better to do that in Serum Visions, but Serum Visions is better at setting up Delver. So I don't know, just 3-2 right now. I haven't figured all that out. I'm still not sure about this Boros Charm, but I'm not ready to cut it. I've actually been pretty pleased with Echoing Truth. It's not a card I would have thought about in this deck, but I think I don't know that it's better than Boomerang or not. I had one game where I bounced multiple Eldrazi's. I think if that comes because of the, it's just interesting because you could play either. And I'm almost wondering, just based on the performance of Echoing Truth, if I should also potentially have a Boomerang in here. As I said, if I can land an early threat, if they go like, let's say I land a threat, they go turn 1 Colonnade. If I have a Boomerang, I'm going to snap just like land, bounce your Colonnade. That's crazy. That's an awesome tempo play, and it's exactly the kind of thing you'd want to be doing in a deck where you're playing early 1-drops. I still might try to get the other Grim in there. Again, I kind of want to make sure. I haven't done the math yet. I haven't done the hypergeometric distribution calculation, but I want to have a turn 1 threat. I want it to be Grim Lavaman, like I want it to be Delver, Swift Spirit, or Grim, and then because then the deck, I feel like that's what the deck really needs to do. Okay, I've really babbled here, and I have this this kind of game. So I entered a 2-man queue just because I want to try this build. So let's play first. You're going to get like double value today. Where is the turn 1 threat? I don't know. I'm going to keep this though, primarily because I can Spell Pierce I can go ahead and opt on this turn, the end of turn, or if I need to Spell Pierce on my opponent's turn 1, I can do that. The hand's like not completely unreasonable, it just needs a threat. And we have a good number in the deck that we have a chance to find one. Yeah, so we're going to probably opt, and I think against this type of deck, I do think we're just going to be probably shooting that thing. Alright, so I like Serum Visions. I'm going to keep that because I'm looking for stuff. Great. I was also hoping I might draw a Bolt, so I think what I do here is probably just shoot this. I could also... Actually, no, I'm not going to do that. I am going to shoot this, but I think what I'm going to do first is go ahead and Serum Visions. The reason is I have this Spell Pierce. Alright, that's compelling to play that Delver. I think I might just want to play the Delver. What is he going to do to me on turn 3? Blood Moon could be annoying. Something like Stone Raid could be annoying. I think... Oh, how did I... Oh, man, hold on. I wasn't totally not paying attention. I was just talking. Oh, it was 2 lands on top. That's right. I put 2 lands on the bottom. Those obviously aren't going to flip Delver. He could also just like Utopia Sprawl and then make 4 mana. Yeah, I think I want to just pass here. I think I want to pass. I think I want to try to get value out of the Spell Pierce, and I think I want to try to make my opponent stumble. Especially if I have a chance to then like untap, shock, Helix this, play Delver in that turn. Because I think it's likely my opponent, you know, taps out here basically. And I'll counter just about anything, especially if they play the enchantment that costs 2. So I can't counter that, unfortunately, but hopefully I can counter whatever they choose to do here. Making red. Hopefully it's a Garruk. I would really like to Spell Pierce a Garruk. Ah! That's not what I expected at all. Alright, well, Bolt's cool. In that case, we are going to shock, bolt this thing, play a Delver, hold up Spell Pierce. We'll probably figure out how to punch a Delver through these Thopters at some point. Oh, we have Echoing Truth. We don't need to punch through anything. Really? Is it all creatures? It's not just our mine, is it? Hopefully it's all creatures. Probably is just mine. I can't remember what this spell does. It's been forever since I played it in Standard. That is like a bunch of poop. I can't even Spell Pierce it because he can untap the land. Well, okay. I don't think the lines I selected were bad necessarily. Yeah, probably just going to Helix this now and again hold up Spell Pierce. I want to actually I'm going to bolt it because I can hold up Spell Pierce and then go ahead and bounce these Echoing Truths if I want to. Also, by getting rid of this now, it makes our Spell Pierce better for the next turn. Yes, that resolves. Now that he's more or less tapped out, I will go ahead and Echoing Truth the Thopters. And I'm not going to obviously path the Bailoff now. Probably do his upkeep. We're not... Our Spell Pierce... It's funny, I expected we'd be able to use it. Our Spell Pierce is not... we're going to have to path this thing. Our Spell Pierce is not going to be what we really need. What we... Opponent has 2 cards. We're not in the worst position. Like, if we had a threat and a remand, we'd be doing a lot better than we are. Now he really needs to play something because this just makes our Spell Pierce really bad. Please play something that costs 4. Okay, finally we get to use the Spell Pierce on something. Okay, well that's a good one to Spell Pierce. Let's see now. We need to... It's not what we want, but we'll play it. I guess Boreal's Charm, if a Planeswalker does come down, we have an answer to that. Assuming that gets something that would be killed by 4 damage, that is. I tweeted at Wizards, or at Magic Online. I don't know if I've heard back yet. Probably kind of a random time for them to answer. But I want to know, like, why are the leagues paused? It's kind of weird. Alright, that's an Inferno Titan. So we're dead next turn, unless we can deal with this. I guess we're going to Helix this turn. I don't know. I guess I shouldn't. Like, what if I draw a Bolt? I'd probably just want to kill this. So 6 plus 9 plus fire breathing. That's pretty dead. All right. Just gonna concede. Oh, that, like, I know I'm not gonna win. I don't see a reason to like mess around with that. Deflecting Palm is kind of interesting actually, because especially if he's like putting a giant creature into play. I don't know that how many of those I really want. Shadow of Doubt is a maybe. Sistral Purge, negate, absolutely. I like Spell Pierce for his early stuff. I do. Surgical Extraction's a consideration. Aven Mind Sensor, this is a consideration. This is a consideration. I unfortunately think we're going to need to keep in some of these paths. Maybe one. Maybe we can get by on some of the more tempo plays like Echoing Truth and Vapor Snags. I don't know that we really want this. Grim Lavamancer. I don't want to cut my early threats. All the counter magic seems pretty good. The Boros Charm I'm not sure about. I think I want to cut some of the burn just because I'm not going to be necessarily using it to kill. Like I do need the reach to kill them, but I want all of the counter magic. Spell Snare can probably be cut, actually. Spell Snare is probably not great. I don't want too much removal. The paths seem okay. The snags don't seem great against Obstinate Baloth. I don't mind Vapor Snagging an early Elf. It kind of just makes their turn not do very much. What would we cut here? Maybe we just cut a path because we really don't want to give them lands. I think we keep 2 paths and maybe actually cut a snag. Purge, Echoing Truth, negate, Romance. Yep. Maybe it's just this. Maybe I cut this guy. I'll cut this. Let's see how this works out. Oh, I think I mulligan this. This hand has to do too much. I mean, we have early plays, but we're looking for everything. We're looking for threats. We're looking for... Okay, this is much better. Guess it doesn't really matter what I do with this because I'm just going to put this guy into play. So this can shoot down, if we can get another card in the graveyard, it can shoot down an early thing. That would have been nice to Spell Pierce. We got a Remand up though, so there's that. Well, we're definitely going to... Yeah, let's attack with Grim. Let's play a Delver and then hope that we can Spell Pierce something next turn, flip the Delver, and have Remand up. That would be pretty great. This is getting Spell Pierced, whatever it is, unless it's another guy. We need Delver to flip. We need Delver to flip. Yes, Spell Piercing that. Come on, Delver. Please, man. Yes. That's cool. Alright, so I think I'm going to be remanding. So I'm just going to attack with the Grim Lavamancer. 2 red or green. Maybe Anger. I'd love to remand an Anger. I'd really like to counter an Anger, but I'll remand an Anger. Maybe the Spell Pierces aren't great. Or maybe I don't want quite that many. I'm not going to do anything. I want to kill one of these, but I feel like if we shoot one, then we're going to get our Delver shot. Okay, so he's going to go for shooting the Delver at our upkeep. Beast within a land. Do I care about that? I mean, I care about that, obviously. He's obviously just, he wants us to tap out so he can do whatever he wants to do next turn. I think I just let it happen and I wear this, because if I remand this, then he just gets to do whatever he wants next turn. The other thing is I could remand my way into another land and then tear this, or tear one of these, and that has a chance. I could also still just draw a land. It's unlikely, but it's possible. Yeah, I'm going to just let it happen. Take the beast. Land would be awesome. Come on. Give me a land. Haha. Alright, so I still want to sit back on this remand. So I'm just going to attack with Grim Lavamancer and Insectile Aberration again. Elf is fine. I'm not going to remand that. I will remand Blood Moon. So here, I think I need to shoot this just because he has a lot of mana potential. Well, let me think here. Shoot this, he takes 6. Shoot him, he takes 5. He blocks the beast. If he blocks the beast. Will he block the beast? That's the question. I think I just want to for sure get the damage through and cut him off of mana from his next turn. He could Blood Moon us next turn, but I think we have enough board presence where that's less scary. If he wraths next turn, then that's the different story, but alright, so now he either clears our board, wins this turn, or he's dead next turn. Okay, cool. What do we change? Still don't want Spell Snare. Probably don't want Deflecting Palm, really. I feel like if he's attacking us with a giant creature, we're already like in a crap situation. So maybe we don't want that. Maybe we just want another way to kill his early dudes. Although I don't like the ones on turn 2 as much. Maybe another way to bounce his early guys. I think if I don't know what else to do, but I don't think I want this, then the burn is always a good option. I would, though, if I'm just going to bring in random burn, maybe I want the Boros Charm. No, I'll bring in this because it could potentially kill his friends. Alright, let's go ahead and just 6 and see what our opponent does. I'll keep this. I think it's okay. We have Spell Pierce into Remand, and we can always play Snapcaster Mage as a flash threat. We don't have an answer for his early creature, but what you gonna do? Alright, well that's kind of cool. We get to hold up Spell Pierce and then Opt here. I like Opt a little bit better in a deck like this than I normally would. Mainly because we have so many more like 1-mana things. Snapcaster Mage. I'll take a snap. I mean, I'm kind of looking for a land at the same time, but hopefully I get to remand something into Geist, or I'm kind of guessing he's got a Blood Moon if he just like didn't do anything. The reason I was going to say I'm okay with Snap is because I'm fine at this point to just play them as threats and hold up my other counter magic. If you shoot my Snap, I will let that happen. Beast within a land? Is that just because you're trying to Blood Moon me next turn yet again? I don't feel like I have as much incentive. I'm going to remand this actually to try to hit a land for Spell Pierce. just like we drew it up. All right. These 1-mana interactive spells, I mean, there was one game we had where it was sort of awkward, but don't play a Pia and Kirin Nalar. I don't want you to play that card. That one is fine. Like the Spell Piercers are doing exactly what I said they would do, which is it's giving us that 1-mana interaction that we really need. So now what we want to do is just draw a land, actually. We're not going to do. I think here we just want to sit back on Snap Spell Pierce. I would like to play Geist, but I kind of feel like the things our opponent does are so powerful that we kind of need to counter them. Is this going to be a Primal Command? Well, that's not Spell Pierceable. Opt away, or I can clear away the token with an engineered explosives. That would have been a great remand target. I kind of wish we'd drawn a land. I want to do something this turn. I also don't want to. I really don't want to. I don't know that this is right, but I want to find a way to do something with this Thragtusk. Do I want to land? Do I want to land? Kind of think I do. All right, now let's see. So maybe here what I want to do is just, are we going to die if we tap out? That's a big question. I think I'm going to Serum Visions regardless. So I think I'm going to Serum Visions. Because what I'm thinking about doing is just putting Geist onto the battlefield, casting Serum Visions, and then pathing this, or pathing whatever he plays, and then having 8 power. I'm sorry, 10 power plus 11 with the Swift Spear next turn. So let's see what's on top of our deck. Obviously, I didn't want this Hall of Fountain if I knew we were going to draw it. Okay, Vapor Snag's pretty cool. I don't think I want any of these cards. I don't really think we want to Vapor Snag the Thragtusk. I think we want to Vapor Snag the token. So I think what we can do is, assuming we live next turn and we don't lose all of our creatures, we have 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and then if we let me think, if we on our main phase next turn, if we cast Path for this, that's 12 damage. Vapor Snag the token, that's 13, 14 damage. That would be lethal. And then we can still Path something if we need to because we have the extra mana. Alright, that's my plan. Maybe we can Alpha him next turn and we just have to hope that our creatures don't die and that he doesn't do something completely insane. But it's not like he has access to 10 mana right now, so if it comes down to like a point of damage, we can still engineer explosives to Blood Moon would be a serious problem. Yeah, that's a problem for sure. So right now we can definitely deal. Right now we can deal. He could block. So we could play Swift Spear, cast this for 0, and attack. He can block once, so we could do 2, 4, 8 in the air, and then maybe 9, 10. We could put him at 4. Then next turn we have. So he kills one creature. Then next turn he gets to block one creature. We're not going to win sitting around doing nothing, that's for damn sure. Do I want to cast it for 1? No, I don't. So he's obviously going to block the Geist. No. That's his choice. He blocked the Swift Spear? What am I missing? Unless he has a Wrath here. And he just thinks he doesn't want the Swift Spear to survive. Did he know he was going to draw that? That's tragic. He can do it for 2 and kill everything. There's no way. Did he know? How could no? He couldn't have known. It's just like total luck. So I like the way the deck performed. Spell Purge is kind of annoying that there's some things it couldn't counter, but all right, well that's game. Kind of a sad way to lose that. Not sad, just kind of annoying. It's like to get Blood Mooned and then he miracles a bonfire. I think that our line was fine though. If he hadn't bonfired, we were totally in a good position. I think even if we had just blocked Geist, then any spell that we can cast is a lethal attack. So, yeah. Well, I don't think I learned enough yet. I like the one-mana interaction. Maybe a Spell Snare I could trim to 1. Mainly just because I don't know yet. I guess I don't know yet. I haven't gotten to see what it's like in my hand. I've always kind of liked 1 Spell Snare, but I'm always sort of wary about 2. It's a meta decision, right? And right now you could potentially justify running 2 Spell Snares on the grounds that Storm is one of the best decks in the format, and Spell Snare is pretty good against Storm. Hits all their enablers, so, and it hits their rituals and stuff like that, Manamorphose and all that. So there's that, and then it doesn't hit that much out of Grixis Shadow, but the things it hits out of Grixis Shadow I really like, namely Snapcaster Mage, because that's actually a big part of their game plan. I'll kill you early if I can, but if I can't, then I have this great backup plan. The thing is, your deck's going to, well, Jeskai Geist, I would say. Probably the same for Delver. The Jeskai deck's going to actually be good at answering some of their threats. It can even bring in things like Dispels to fight on the same, like, I have a 1-mana removal spell and a 1-mana counterspell to counter your 1-mana counterspell. So there's a chance the game goes long. And with that being the case, I like Spell Snares to try and shut down their longer-term game plan. Okay, well, let me check real quick and see if these leagues are, say, unpaused. Oh, we're just playing all kind of Magic today. I don't know why they were. What was up with that? All right, so this deck is the Spell Queller, which I said I don't think I was too fond of. A little bit less on the 1-mana interaction side. But let's go ahead and get a match going. All right, that actually took a little while. So that land's dead. We don't have another white source that we can get, so we got to keep that in mind. Geist attacks. Definitely playing blue-white control. Bolt is not unreasonable. I can sense a potential Snapcaster Mage coming on here. Or maybe we're just getting Supreme Verdicted next turn. Don't Supreme Verdict me. I know I'm getting Supreme Verdict. I just feel it. It's playing out that way. It's coming. But he's like, oh, I don't want to get spell quellered. We didn't get Supreme Verdicted. How's that even possible? All right. Well, we got 1 plains. I want to opt. I guess it doesn't matter. I don't have to fetch. I don't have to do anything with that, I guess. Let's do this. Oh, I should use the Hollow Fountain since it only makes white. Sure. This is, I guess, a matchup where I'd want a card like that. I don't know if it'll resolve, but sure. Click. I could snag it. Guess I'm gonna have to deal myself some damages here. Targeting me. Well, let's fetch, bolt this. I do think I just want to bolt. I don't want to have to keep like fighting against it. I don't want him to like counter it. Let's bolt now. If he happens to have a counter spell, like 1-mana counter spell, then we'll just vapor snag it. Maybe he takes our chart, of course. Come on, let me cast this thing. Oh, he took it. I want to cast that spell. Spell Pierce could be useful. I'm going to Serum Visions, though, now. Let's see what's going on here. Now, this is interesting. No, I don't think I'd do that. Do I do that? No, I don't do that. I'm explaining what I'm talking about. Oh, I was gonna say I could Snapcaster whatever that spell was that I put on the bottom, but I was like, okay, so I can't do it because obviously it's not in my graveyard. I was thinking it goes to my graveyard. Okay, so I think I want both of these. Is that, well, if I'm putting Helix on top, yeah, I'll take both. Maybe I don't have to cast the op. Maybe I didn't want them in that order. If he Path to Exiles an Angel token to get the damage through, I will Spell Pierce it. So the plan now, unless we get, even if we get Supreme Verdict, the reason I wanted to keep the Helix is if he Supreme Verdicts, then we're going to go for a Snapcaster Bolt at the end of the turn. And then we're going to probably go for Snap Bolt at the end of the turn regardless. Actually, what we're going to do is something different. We're going to Vapor Snag this back to our hand. Then we're going to attempt to Snap Bolt because if he does not have an answer, we win the game. If he doesn't have an answer to the Snapcaster Mage. And if he also waits, then we can, like, now we can Spell Pierce his Path to Exile if he has one. We know there's a Helix on top of our library. So we're going to opt, draw the Helix, and finish that off. Okay, so probably want this spell. I don't know about this Shadow of Doubt. Want the Negate. Probably want this Young Pyromancer. Probably want this Bedlam Reveler. Probably I probably want Spell Pierce. I'm gonna be doing things like that. I could probably cut all but one path. Maybe I cut all paths because if he's colonnading us, then maybe the game's over. But I think I want to keep one. I don't think I want the Boros Charm. Could be useful against Planeswalkers. I don't think I want it. Maybe actually Boros Charm is better because it can hit Planeswalkers, does more damage to him, and our life total is kind of irrelevant. I don't think the snags are good. It's also non-land, right? No, target creature, so he could bounce. I don't like this though against him because what are we going to bounce? Snapcaster Mage and Vendilion clicks? Sounds poor. Echoing Truth. Yeah, I don't think we want that either. Shadow of Doubt could be good. This, I don't think this really does much. One surgical extraction might be, probably not actually. I don't think I especially don't want that against blue-white. Oh, I also want to keep the Boros Charm because of indestructibility. Duh. Maybe I just want another threat. Like, it's just a flash threat, and that seems fine. Like, something to do at the end of their turn. Yep, keeping with this. Let's play. I can actually close this. Turn 1 threat and a Geist and a way to protect against the Wrath. That seems reasonable. Delver, dude. Do your thing. Flip and bash. That thing. Okay. Well, we want to try to... Yes, let's opt. Let's play land. Kind of want to play a Snapcaster Mage. I'm guessing he's going to name Insectile Aberration. I'm definitely going to opt because I want to find a land for Geist of St. Traff now. You could name Geist of St. Traff. I'd be happy with that. Yeah. Okay. So I don't think we need to fetch because we just look at the one card. So I think we can opt, and then if we see, like, we're going to draw whatever is on top. Draw that. Fetch with this. We know we're going to need double red at some point. We also need white. So let's do Sacred Foundry. And we could get Raft here, but I mean, we don't not play Geist and to not open counter magic. That's just silly, silly. Alright, if we can just like miss a land drop or... nope. Okay, everything's dying. How much does this guy cost? $1 million? This is getting kind of annoying, not gonna lie. Alright, let's play Seachrome Coast and pass. The wall makes our Snapcaster worse. I'm going to try to Boros Charm our opponent. Land City. Because they have a mana leak. They're representing mana leak. I'm going to play this anyway. It's not going to go well. That is doing things. Another wall. Oof. I think I'm going to respond to that. I will probably... I guess I better snap opt. Yeah, snap Boros Charm I just don't think gets us far enough. Down on the bottom. I mean, maybe I shouldn't because it's a threat, but 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These are. We're in a bad way, friends. We're in a bad way. Now we have to Helix that just to try to start getting some damage through, but he can block with Celestial Colonnade and he can start acting. Yeah, it's going to go poorly. It's kind of funny. I would almost concede to a Wall of Omens. Gideon Alley of Zendikar. My God. Hey, I'm taking that. It flies and stuff. We got our pressure here. Delver seems awful. Ignoring Gideon. Oh, oops. I was dumb. I meant to attack with this. I can concede this game anyway, guys. We're not winning. Come on. He's got an active Azcanta. We have an 8-mana, 2 8-mana things we can't cast, and a Delver that even if it flips is just dead to that. Okay, so he likes to bring in enchantments. Let's bring this in. Maybe this Wear Tear. This could have been a consideration too, just because of things. Echoing Truth. I kind of like Distortion Strike for punching through things, but not enough. This is an interesting answer to Planeswalkers. Could trim a Bolt. Guess I could try this. Turn 1 threat. Man, I'm mulliganing this. It just doesn't do anything. Keeping this. Bottoming that. Attacking. And then next turn, remanding anything that I could possibly remand. Don't care, just remanding. Even if it's not on our turn, I'm remanding. Serum Visions. Unless I draw like a bolt, then maybe I'll just try to get damage through somehow. No, did not happen. Okay, maybe we'll play a wall and I can remand the wall. I mean, that is like super exciting, but this doesn't punch through a wall very well. I feel like that's what's about to happen. I'll remand that too. Prowess trigger does nothing. That's interesting. I guess I need to shock, because if you play Search for Azcanta, I'm not going to Wear Tear it till next turn, so I can get a Prowess trigger. Play it, 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 play it. Ah. Boop on you. We will cast that spell. Guess I want to try to double up on them white sources. Will not play a Delver, and I will put both of these on the bottom. If we have our opponent at 10, we're getting somewhere. We're not playing the Delver because there's no reason to extend into something like a Supreme Verdict. Snapcaster, what is 2 mana? Think twice. He gains 4 life. That negated our entire turn. Nope, not doing it. They're slow, but I have 2 threats in play. And I just need to be conservative with my threats for this reason. For that reason exactly. Delver, Swift Spear. I do opt. Keep that on top, or I'll just draw that actually, yeah. Attack. Opponent's back down to 10. If it's another verdict, then obviously we have a great follow-up to that in Geist of St. Traft. That's a bummer. Won't be casting that spell. Now he knows about that too. He took nothing. Guess we can guess what that means. Alright, so we're going to attack and we're going to play the Geist. Because clearly that's what he wants us to do. And then he doesn't know that we drew another one. So when he wraths next turn, we can follow it up with a Geist. That is the plan anyway. Okay. Surprising they want to cut us off of a color, especially the color that interacts with the enchantment. Well, this thing does not. That's kind of weird play there, only because why didn't he take a Geist? Because that's the card he's going to lose to, for sure. And why, like, okay, so why didn't he play the Geist, which is strange. Why didn't he, like, I don't understand why he did these either, because he left us with a white mana for Wear Tear. And like here he's tapped out and potentially going to take 9. I mean, I'm not going to cast that on that yet. See what I draw. My deck's really efficient. I can gonna. That stinks. I'm not gonna play it. Like I have my threats. I don't think there's a reason to. If this is a Cryptic Command, I think I'm going to Spell Queller that. Could get mana leaked, but if it doesn't, then this just has a really big potential to end the game now, and it did. Cool. Okay. Talking about how I don't like Spell Queller did its job there. That doesn't necessarily mean it's the right card, but it was pretty useful there. Anything else I want to say about the deck? I don't know. It's hard to know exactly what's right. I still don't have that much experience with Jeskai, with Delver decks. However, it's been a fun deck to play so far. It was fun enough. It was fun enough that when I didn't have a match available because the leagues were paused for whatever reason, I was like, but I still want to play it. It's fun to do something new. Okay, everybody, thank you for watching. Look up here for a link to my latest FNM vlog. I keep saying FNM vlog. It's just the latest vlog about the best tournament bag for Magic the Gathering. It's entertaining, and it's also very useful if you're looking for a bag. Also up here, my latest video from my landscape photography channel. If you're not into photography, just give it a try anyway. I would really appreciate the support and the chance to deliver more content to you. I do photography, but in kind of a story-driven way, and I think that you may find it enjoyable. So again, thank you. If you're not subscribed to this channel, please do so. I would greatly appreciate it, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye.